Well, I was at her house and she was in the bathroom, and my son picks up her phone and he says, "I know mommy's code." And I'm like, "No, you don't." And he said, "Yes, I do." So I was like, "Show me." He shows me. He opens her phone. When thinking about going through her phone, I don't go through her phone. And I went to the text, and the only thing I did was put Ryan's name in because I had suspicions. But I thought it was something wrong with me to be having suspicions. I'm like, he's the godfather of my son. I mean, why do I have these suspicions? So I never said anything about him. But the first thing I did was type in Ryan's name, and a whole conversation came up.
And
You
what was
know,
that conversation like?
I mean, it was disturbing. Like one of them was August the 11th, and on August the 11th, she was sending. She had moved to a new location, a new address, so she was sending him the address to where she lives at, and that day sticks out. As you can see, I remember the day because the next day we went on a father and son trip with our boys, and I see texts about eating coochie, but hers was so fresh. He had just got the shower, he couldn't resist it, and things of that nature. Um, one series of texts I'm reading, we again it's another family outing, but this time it's with his family and my family, and in those messages he's like, "Hey, I won't even be around Rachel." So of course, we were all there, and they were making all these type of you know comments and joking, and at my expense and at Rachel's expense. And I beat cancer October the 23rd of 2019. That's the day that the doctor actually called me and told me that I had actually beat cancer. And we had a small get together at Ryan's house. And I'm actually giving a speech thanking all of them. Ryan is on my right side and she's on my left side. And I'm giving a speech thanking them for supporting me, you know, for beating cancer. And if you look at the video, I never noticed it before, but if you watch the video, you look at Ryan's face, I can tell he's disturbed. And not saying that, that was something to make it better, but I can tell he's disturbed. If it happened once, say y'all was drunk, you don't know what happened, even twice, and y'all after that second time we knew we were wrong and we hated it happen. Trust me, man. Like that's my brother to me. She's my son's mother. My son is everything to me. I was willing to. I would have been willing to like work through that, but you guys had sex probably like I think she like over 20 times, a year and a half, and all those messages and all those texts. Not one time did anybody say like we should stop this, you know. And actually, 3 months ago, I was diagnosed with depression from the cancer, from fighting cancer, and it's like I think PSTD, something of that nature, from me battling cancer for 3 years, and everything my body went through, you know, um, all the I had surgery, I had treatment, you know, and things of that nature, and I only told Ryan and Nina that because I'm a black man, and I'm an older black man, and depression, mental health. I'm bred. Well, I always have to be strong, and I'm always trying to be strong. So I didn't want anybody to know that I was battling depression because I looked at it as a form of weakness. So I only told them too because I have a very small circle to begin with. Like those are my two go-to people for everything, for everything. And so I only told them to. So you guys knowing I'm battling depression, I'm on medication, and you still do this. Like even then, when you found out I had been diagnosed with depression, it's like somebody could have cared enough about me to say, you know what, man, what if he finds out about this? Man, that might push him over the edge, you know? And that didn't happen. It's that still wasn't it. So it was nothing that could make them stop doing what they were doing. It's like, what did you guys think was gonna be? Did you want to be a family? Like what, you know? And like I told him, I made you my son. If I'd have died from cancer on my deathbed, they would have been there. He'd have been on one side of me, she'd have been on the other side of me. And as I'm dying, one of the things that would help me die in peace is knowing that he has my son. And he's going to look out for my son because he's my brother for one, but you his godfather for two. So I even said, I asked her that. I said, y'all would just let me die. And like, let me go in my grave blissfully ignorant to the fact that y'all been fucked.